Hi friends, today we have Aarthi with us. So she's our class representative from LOS. So I can give a brief introduction about Aarthi. So she's part of He for She Club in Christ, and she's part of dance club. She's part of singing club in Christ, and I think she can. If she's part of some other clubs, that she'll be organizing events. I have seen, and a multitasker I can say. So welcome, Aarthi.
Thank you so much, Praveen. Thank you so much for having me.
So don't think that I have kept an eye on you so that you're doing so much, but I admire a lot. Okay, how a person can manage so many things. For especially an event, he for she, you were kind of organizing the event, and later on, after
Yes.
1 hour, you went and performed in stage. It was like how a person can manage both. So I like to start with that as a first question. As a person, you like to do multiple things, or you are able to do so people are coming and giving you so much responsibility.
I would say I am someone who would like to explore everything because I have interest in many things. Because,
Okay.
as you said, I'm part of He Club. I'm part of Sustainability Cell. I'm part of our Oasis Club. So I was part of many other clubs and activities. But at the same time, I would like to have my cultural end as well, balance both. Because I was part of music and dance from school. So I wanted to keep that as well with me, till whenever it is possible. So Christ has already given a lot of opportunity. They've never asked us to stop doing something. So
True.
even if we have a lot of fun, a lot on our plate, we were still able to. We were given the chance to do everything. So I'm someone who would like to explore that, and there are many people who come and ask me, "How do I do everything?" But I think nothing is impossible if we balance the time right, time properly. If we do everything, if we have the passion to do something, I think we'll be able to manage everything.
You have answered it one word, passion. We should love to do it, so
Yes,
we'll find
exactly.
time to do
Yes,
it. Okay.
exactly.
So I like to start with the first question that in another
Okay.
few weeks, we'll be having our MBA degree in our name. Each had a different journey. It might would have started from preparing for a competitive exam. Then we would have cleared Christ interviews and we are here. We are going to get our degree. So it's a long journey. What do you like to share about this journey? How was it for you?
So, joining Christ as a university was not something which I imagined of because I was working. I almost have like 3.5 to 4 years of experience. So, I always wanted to do MBA, but I never thought I would join a particular college like Christ. So, my dream was to join IIMs and some college like that. But I wanted to stick on to Bangalore, so I thought Christ was the best option. Christ is one of the reputed universities in India, which comes under IIMs, but still, yeah, Christ has a lot of reputation and I feel like Christ has given everybody a lot of exposure and change as a whole, as a person, as even professionally and personally. So for me, the journey started when I was working. I thought, okay, now it's better late than never. Now I have to do my MBA. So I just tried doing my math exams. So I cleared that and I applied for Christ. Christ was my first option. I think it was the
Okay.
only college which I applied because I didn't write CAT exams, so no IIM.
Hmm.
So it was Christ for me. So I was able to attend the interviews. Christ, all the rounds were cleared. So after that, joining from the first day of joining till now, I do not regret anything for joining Christ because Christ has given us a lot of exposure, a lot of opportunities to try out. They've never stopped us in anything. So I think the journey was really good. It was a roller coaster ride, but still there were a lot of things to learn. I think so. I think anybody who would love to join Christ, I would definitely recommend to join because you will be able to learn a lot of things. So I think our journey, we
Yes,
had a lot of
yes.
fun, but at the same time we had a lot of learning. So I think it was a great journey.
Okay, my second question is if someone who wants to join lean operation and system in Christ, so what they can expect because they are outsiders as of now, we can take it to, as a Christ as an example. So they want to pursue lean operation systems. So from your experience, you can share what they can really expect and what they will learn next.
Yeah. So I remember because a lot of people doesn't know what lean operations and system is because many of my friends who joined for MBA, they know HR or marketing or BA, maximum BA or finance. So they don't know a specialization like lean operations and systems are there. So to everyone who asks me, I ask them just Google and see what lean is. I explain them. So if you want to know more, just lean. I mean, concept like lean is exist, which is very important in every organization. So I ask them to just Google and see. This is the concept. This is the idea. Because uh, a combination of lean and systems together. Because most of the people would go for systems or lean
Mhm.
individually, but being in a combination of that, we all are going to. Most of us are joining a company MNC which handles system side, which includes analytics, digital transformation. So I think the concept of lean, where reducing waste and or minimum utilization of resources with minimum cost and maximum efficiency, which is something which has to be applied not just in manufacturing, but I think it should be applied in systems as well. So I think even during our summer internships, when we go for a go to a company, we'll be able to apply the concepts of lean and systems together,
Systems.
which will bring in a lot of efficiency and a lot of difference in the overall growth of the company. So I think that kind of growth will only be there if we apply a concept like lean. So Christ,
Mm-mm.
actually, there are very limited number of colleges which offers a course like lean operations and system, because most
Systems.
of the colleges doesn't have. Even for PhD, only Christ and very few colleges offer that across Bangalore, if I'm not wrong. So I think lean LOS is one of the a good option to choose, and there is a lot of job opportunities and a lot of growth which happens in lean. So I think
Mm.
it is definitely a good option.
Okay. So this is you can answer from your personal experience. There is a saying that don't join Christ if you have more than 3 years of experience, because you could have also heard about it maybe when you search for in YouTube and all. There is
Yes.
so many people are spreading it. So what is your take on it? Do you think the having more than 3 years or 4 years of experience and joining Christ will not be useful for them, or should they try something else?
No, I would never say that, because I am someone who have like a 3.6 year also experience in HP, and before that I also had another 6 months of experience in a different domain. So and there are a lot of people who has more than 4 years of experience as well. So I would never say don't join the MBA or don't join Christ if you have more than 3.5 or 3 years of experience, because I was someone who got placed in the first like 5 companies.
Hmm.
There is nothing like you might not get selected to a particular company if you're over experienced. There is nothing like that. If you have passion, if you have the good knowledge, and if you have enough experience, and I would say the experience you have is never wasted, because every knowledge is applied somewhere or the other. So I would say that every experience you have will be will be validated or will be useful in one place or the other. So nothing like that. You can join for MBA even if you have more experience, but make sure that you join some course or some place which you are interested of. It should be something which
Hmm.
you're interested. Otherwise, you would regret joining for a job which you're not. You won't like to do that. So I would say that it is never a bad option to join MBA after experience. It's actually good, because your option for the payment option which you get, the salary, the experience, or the domain which you join might be a senior role. So anything can happen, because I got something which of a senior role and my package is good. So I think that actually is because of my experience and the way I carried on my education system. So I think it is actually good.
One more common question what students ask us after completion of 2 semesters, how to choose a specialization? Because they have a problem like, I feel like I'm good in marketing, I feel like I'm good in HR, I feel like I'm good in operation. So because they might not have an work experience or they might not have an industry exposure, so they get stuck. The option they go for is which department gives the highest package, they go for it.
Exactly.
So maybe from your understanding, how do you kind of say, or how do you approach, when you make a decision of which specialization to choose? Maybe it might be helpful for someone to do the same practice.
Yeah, so there are a lot of juniors who come and talk to me about which specialization to do, take, or which internship, which company to choose, because we have operations and leans or systems, so they have a confusion or dilemma of what to choose. So I would say it is purely based on your interest. If you don't have interest, because I am someone who don't have the a passion to work for finance, because I know that I can't do it. So there are few things like we know that okay, we are capable of doing that, or this is not my piece of cake, so I shouldn't do that. So I would say that choose something which you think is of your interest, which you think you can excel in, because I know that I might do well in lean or systems or maybe PA. because my experience was in that, and I think I am doing good in that. And even in lean in systems, I would say I would do better in systems and not lean. That is because of
Okay.
my interest and the way I can do it. So I would say anybody who wanted to choose a specialization, don't choose it based on the package or the number of placements that has happened, because now we know the pattern of placement is changing, because the recession is happening, and a lot of things happen in the way placements is happening, because normally it is like more placements happen in finance, or sometimes LOS is the one which gets 100% placement in the starting itself. But things change because of the way the economy is working. So I think never go for a company which offers a lot of package even when you're going for a placement, or don't choose a specialization because it offers a lot of payment or a highest package, because that also kind of changes, because LOS was something which had a package lesser compared to the other
True,
departments.
true.
But this year it has changed a lot, because most of the companies were more than, I mean, in two digits, almost every company, I would say. So I think that is something which keeps on changing, and it depends upon the company. So I think everybody should choose a specialization based on their interest. Never look for packages, because I am someone who has a lot of experience, one of the highest experience in the department, but I went for a company which offered the least package because of the reputation of that company. I'm not saying which company it is, but it is something, because we know we have a growth opportunity. We can make money in later stages, but the company we go in and the role we are going to choose should be something which we should be able to grow later. So I think we should choose something like that. Never go for money. Just go for the role. If you're interested in that, if you have passion for that, do that. Go for it. Even for specialization and for placements, I'm saying for both.
The piece of information what you give will be really helpful for people
Yeah.
because they are starting their career, so they might not really know how to proceed further. So it's a very useful, information. So as you spoke about placement, it's a very crucial part. Everyone who steps into MBA has a dream to get a good job. So you
Yes.
can share your experience because I have personally heard how you prepared for placement. I want it to be registered here for the other people also. So how you prepare for a placement process? It can be for a GD or it can be for a personal interview. We can go round by round. Maybe for an aptitude,
Yeah, sure.
can start with aptitude, GD, MP.
Yes, yes, yes. Sure, sure. So, I am someone who is very bad in aptitude because I have never gone for a coaching, and I'm like a big zero in aptitude. I know that. And the first thing is understanding that what we are lacking, because we know what are the rounds for an interview. So, we should know what we are bad in and what we are good at. So, it is better to sort it that way so that we can prepare or pay attention more for that particular area which we are not really good at. So I was someone who was really bad in aptitude, and I'm very thankful because I had a lot of friends from our class itself who actually came up to help me, and they started giving me question papers and tips on how to work on that. But I still had a problem, like, okay, will I be able to crack it? Because I know I will be able to do it in a normal way, like how we solve normal mathematics problems, but I won't be having that speed of how the competitive exams happen. So
So,
the speed is something which you really want, and the small tricks of how to crack the aptitude exams. So I didn't have that because I didn't go for a coaching. So one thing is, students who are preparing for placements, they can parallelly work on, they can join some course which offers the aptitude training, and they can learn it at least 3 to 4 months before the interview starts, so that they can have an understanding of how that works. That is one thing. Otherwise, join as a group, go with friends, try to solve problems every day, half an hour, 1 hour. Even small effort you take will be really good
helpful.
in the at the time of the placement. So I think that is one way to do the aptitude. So thankfully for me, somehow I was able to clear all the aptitude. I attended three
Mhm.
interviews in which I was able to crack two. So I think aptitude was somehow, thankfully, maybe my luck, but I was able to clear the aptitude. And the group discussion round, I am someone who has not prepared for group discussion, I would say, but it is really important to have, because we didn't have much opportunities, because mine was the first placement. So we didn't have much opportunity to have the group discussion, even in our mentoring group or in
True,
our club
true.
activity. But I would say it is always good to have a group and have a more group discussion situations, because we have done that in club activities, and there are a lot
True,
of
true.
people who came up to us and told it was really helpful for them when it comes to GD, because there are a lot of things. Each company have a different approach towards GD. Some companies would see who has the best points. Some would say who starts, who ends, who makes an impact. Some would say maybe we're just making one good point and they are okay with that. it depends upon each and every company. So we have to prepare well. We have to go through different topics, understand what is the scenario, what are the most commonly asked topics. Just go through, at least have solid 4 to 5 points. If you have solid 4 to 5 points max, that is good enough. So make sure that you have an impact. Try to start the conversation and end the conversation, giving a summary, and just make an impact, so that the person who is conducting the GD has an idea. Okay, this person is good. We have to take them. So that is where I think the group discussion happened, and it's always good to have a group and practice group discussion, so that you can have the fluency and talk really well in the interviews. So after that, coming to the personal interview, I would say it is based on the technical and the way we approach the HR. So in the case of technical, how I prepared is, when we get a job description of what is the profile, I normally apply for a job which I think is suitable for me. So all the three roles which I applied was somewhere for the business analytics, or it was for the cyber risk management. So which was something which I was interested of. So I wanted to go in systems. So I make sure that I go through each and every line of the job description, and I have an answer for anything that is asked in that line. So we'll have a long 2 to 3 pages of job description. It can be anything, maybe from the skills or the exact job role or anything. So I make sure that for every line I have an answer. I know everything about it. I made notes for each and every company. I'll learn about the company. I'll have points about them. So make sure that whenever you attend an interview, you have a question to ask in the end. Because if they every interviewer will ask you, do you have any questions? So make sure that you have a question, even if you don't have any doubts. Make sure that you ask something to them, maybe something about the company, about your job role, or something which you liked about the company, anything. And sometimes most of the interviewers would ask you, why do you want this company, why this role, how does, and most of us are attending systems interview, but the job role can be analytics, but our background is a lean. So they would ask, how do you apply lean with the systems? So how do you come up with that? So we should have an answer for everything, because we are having a balance of lean and system. So we should have an answer for that as well. So I think preparing really well from the job description, understanding the resume, only put what is actually true, because the resume should be something which is actually about yourself, which you are actually confident about. And don't put something don't make up stuff just for the interview, because that will actually put you in trouble, because they're going to ask anything from the interview. And if you have a good, solid resume, you will be able to crack it, because our from our courses, we were able to do a lot of certifications, even small ones which we do part of small assignments were also helpful during the interview. Sometimes the company would be using the same software or the same website to work on their kind of analytics side or something. So that would actually be helpful when it comes to the interview. So I would say preparing properly a good solid resume. It is not that your resume should be colorful or it should be the modern one, because mine is something which is very basic, normal title and the content. Mine doesn't have any fancy stuffs, but that doesn't mean that you need a fancy resume or all these things. Just that make sure that you have a solid content, you prepare really well for the role, and that's it. You are good to go. So just give your best, try your best. That's it. And if you don't get it, don't get disheartened. Just work for the next one, because I was very upset when I didn't get the first interview, which was Wipro, because most of us, we went to the final round, only 5 of us were there, and we were kind of upset because we didn't crack it. But that is not the end. We have something better to come in our way. So I think that is how you have to take up challenges.
People used to ask me how to be confident in interview. What you have answered, prepare well and go. That will automatically give
That's
us
it.
the
Exactly.
confidence, actually. Because
Exactly.
without a proper preparation, we won't get the confidence, and we are not confident. It will get reflected in our face. Being an
Exactly,
HR,
on a
they
face.
will find it, actually.
Really understand. Yeah.
So I think one tip always to prepare well, know about the company, because being a placement
Yes.
coordinator, I have seen people not knowing about the company, they'll come and sit for placement. They will be like, from what you have read as an introduction for the company in PPT, I have understood about the company. So it is going to be
Exactly.
very difficult. So as you told, a good preparation about company, job description will help them. Okay.
Yes.
All the
Yes.
serious advices and tips, we'll keep it away. Now we'll come
Yeah.
to know more about Aarthi. So we'll start with a lighter note. You feel like I have a superpower, which I'm going to give to you. Like that, with that power, you can freeze a moment in your life. It can be within Christ or can be outside Christ. What do you want to freeze and look at it multiple times?
I don't know if I can freeze a moment because there are a lot of things I would like to freeze if that is there. But I would say anything that makes my family happy, any incident that has made my family happy, my friends happy, I would say I would like to freeze that moment. It can be from my school days, my college days, maybe an incident like I was the best outgoing student in my school and I was able to
Hmm.
deliver a speech in front of the whole school. And when my parents were there, I think they were really happy. I would like to freeze that moment, and because they would always cherish that. So I would say that was one moment which I would like to freeze. But maybe from Christ, I would say the time we had in our class, the moments we were able to do a lot of things, the success behind a lot of events which we conducted, or the performances on the stage, maybe our OPT, everything was fun because I would like to take a snap of everything in my mind or in my I would like to freeze everything. But yeah, every there are a lot of good moments, I would say.
Okay, so next is your favorite spot in Christ. We have a lot of birds park, -1,
Yeah.
basketball court. Your favorite spot.
Um, there are a
Like,
lot. I would say maybe Nandini was
mm,
something where everybody used to go. Maybe the basketball court near the bamboo trees. There were also something somewhere, we normally go and sit and talk. So I would say these points, Dust Bake, everything. There are a lot of Christ has a beautiful campus. So I would say there are a lot of points. But yeah, the go-to sport is I think Nandini or bamboo. Yeah.
Nandini is like, you can get to find at least one or two of our classmates or anyone there at
Every
any
time,
point.
yeah, exactly. Break and everybody's in Bandhani. That is how it
It's a
is.
good hangout space also. And we, as you told, basketball
Yes,
court.
yes, yes, yes. And there's a
And,
lot of place to hang out, lot of things
mm,
to do in Christ, so that is
it's a very
actually a good thing.
beautiful campus. We are going to miss it.
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
Okay. So a compliment or award which you would have received within Christ or outside Christ, which you like to share it with us.
Compliment, I would say I'm someone who joined, who was consistent from the start. I would say because I was I was nominated for the Miss Fresher when I
Yes.
joined till the Miss Farewell. And I would say I was the only one who was part of Miss Fresher and Miss Farewell finalists.
Okay.
So that is something which is my consistency. And a lot of people have complimented me, just like you were saying, I was able to do multiple things. God's grace, I was able to do multiple things. So I think those kind of compliments I've received a lot. And very recently, I would say when our college is going to end, our last working day is done. We just have like two more exams to be over. And my mentor is Srikumar sir. So I went to Srikumar sir and I said, sir, this is my last day. We just have two, three exams. So he actually told me that I have done really well from the starting and the consistency
Okay.
that I've had. And he said I really did really well. Because something like that from Srikumar sir is something which I would remember forever because we know how
Yes.
good a faculty and as a person he is. So, and there are other few teachers who I would be always be thankful because there are a lot of our professors who have come up to me and told that I'm really doing really well. So I always have that as a compliment. I'll always maintain that consistency, and I think that something which I've done in the last 2 years is actually reflecting in everything that I'm doing even now. I think that is a compliment, and I would take that throughout my life.
Okay. So this is something for someone who keeps on hearing some negative words actually. When you're trying
Mm.
to do an MBA after 3.5 years of experience, someone would have told, why do you want to do an MBA now? Or when you
Mm.
say that you're a married person and you want to do an MBA, again someone will come up because it might be even a genuine request or comment saying that don't do it. Sometimes it stops us, mentally it stops us. How do you handle such situation? Uh, especially people are very close to us now when they say something it will affect us. So I just want to take this question for others who are kind of suffering how to proceed further.
I would say if you have a dream, if you want to do something in life, just go for it. Never listen to any negative comments. Just hear it in one way, just leave it in the other. because for me, thankfully there are not a lot of people who have told me don't do an MBA
Okay.
or you might not succeed. But I have heard from few of my friends from school and all, why did she leave such a good job that in some company like HP? Why would she leave that and join for MBA? That is actually a blunder. That too, she was a programmer and she left that for an MBA. Just a business job, management job. So why would she do that? Because I would say it is purely your passion or your dream. Because I was someone who was always interested in management or MBA. So it was my dream to do it. And my parents, my family, my husband, everybody was there with me to do it. So I would say my family has supported me, and I never discuss these kind of things with everybody in the family. I'm someone
Mm.
who would just talk to my family, my parents, my brother, and my husband. That's it. I wouldn't ask and talk to everybody and go tell I'm doing this. No, this is my dream, and because everybody will put try to put a negative in whatever we
True,
are doing.
true.
So just go for it. If you have a dream, just do it. Because I have a cousin who is like 30 years now, and she just went to Canada to do her MBA. She has a kid. So that is something which we should be inspired of, because we shouldn't let our dreams apart just to just because we have family or we have some other job or anything. We should always stick on to our passion. Just do it. Just prove the other people wrong. Make sure that you get your dream done in whatever way possible, because if you have that willpower, if you have that passion, you'll always be able to do that. So I think people shouldn't actually go behind what other people say.
Yes,
Just
because
go for it. Just do it. That's it.
now why I'm asking you this is maybe our paths were a bit easy to do it, but some people get struck at some comments when they get, because when I was about to do
Yes,
my MBA
yes,
also, I too got same comments. What maximum you learn? Maybe another 2 lakhs or
yes,
3 lakhs
yes.
extra. Why for this to take a risk? So sometimes that will be coming from our very closed ones. So it will be very difficult
Yeah,
for us.
exactly.
So I understand.
But we are having an MBA degree, we are getting a
True,
better
true.
job, we are getting better packages. There is a lot of, it doesn't mean that our bachelor's degree and this the master's degree is the same, because we have a lot of learning. We have got a lot of exposure. What we have got in these 2 years cannot be replaced with something else. So
True.
I think that experience, the exposure which we get, the learnings which we had. I mean, I would never know about something like lean if I was just done with my engineering and after that working.
Yes.
I would
Yes.
never know. I didn't know about something like lean. But joining for MBA, I was able to learn what is marketing, finance, because the way we approach different aspects of life is different now. It is not the
Yes.
same way
Yes.
how we were thinking 2 years back.
True, true.
So I think that is something which actually brings in a lot of change. So I think if you have a dream, just go for it.
Okay, so I'd like to end with asking one last question. If you want to thank someone or say a sorry to someone, you can use this platform and share your thoughts.
Yeah. First of all, if I've done something wrong, because we're all humans, there might be mistakes. If I've done something wrong to anybody in and around our college or outside, I'm really sorry. But and I'm really thankful to everybody who has supported me, my family, my friends, everybody for every help, my teachers, everybody from Christ. Thank you so much for giving us such a wonderful memory. And thank you so much for all the support, I would say. And yeah, sorry to anybody who have hurt in some or the other way, accidentally. Yeah, we might not intentionally hurt anyone, but yeah, if I've done something like that, I'm really sorry from the bottom of my heart. And thank you to everybody.
Thank you, Ati. Thanks for your time. I want to kind of
Thank you so much,
register,
Praveen.
yeah, because some things, should come from the right person. You have 3.4 years of experience. When you say, MBA is important, it might hit someone, it might help it to be helpful for
Yeah,
someone. And for a fresher, your placement preparation will be really helpful. So,
exactly.
I just want to try to give both, some knowledge for someone, a memory for you also. So maybe this video
Thank
can be
you.
helpful for both of you. And from my
Really
end,
happy,
I
Praveen. Thank you so much.
and from my end, I know I'm pretty confident in some time, you will have a bigger platform where you will be giving interviews. That day will come soon.
I
My
hope
best
so.
wishes. Yeah, that day will come
Thank you
soon.
so much, Praveen.
Yes, all the best. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, Praveen. Thank you so much for having me. And good luck to everyone who is watching this. Thank you.
Thank you.